Good morning, yogis. It looks like Zoe might join us for yoga today. So class is going to focus on just a nice vinyasa style, moving and breathing in unity. So we're going to start in child's pose. You can come bring your knees a little bit wider on the mat, and then the hips drop down and the arms outstretch in front of you. Hopefully there's not a dog impeding your child's pose this morning. Start to take some deep, full breaths to fill up the side body lungs. Give a little space to the low back. You can rock the chin side to side, releasing any tension in the neck. Take a full breath in the nose, and then open the mouth and let it go. And another one of those. Inhale and sigh. And just be in this space you've created for yourself on your mat to breathe and move freely with nothing else to think about. Now let's walk up to your supported hero pose. So you're basically just going to sit back on your heels, bring the knees towards touch, tops of the feet are grounded down. You could sit on a block or a pillow or something if that's more comfortable to you. Let the hands rest on tops of the thighs. Just sit up nice and tall and reach the arms up overhead. And then interlace, send the palms up to the ceiling. So we're going to build the breath here. With your next inhale, fill the lungs up, get nice and tall, little lift back. Open mouth, sigh it out as you curl in. Keep the arms by the ears. Inhale again, get a little taller. Open mouth, sigh, exhale. Inhale. Now keep the lips sealed, exhale out of your nose. Again, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, upright to center. Let's take a high twist to the right. Drop the left hand across, the right arm reaches back. Spin that palm up and reach behind you. Now take the right arm up and exhale it across for a side stretch. Unwind yourself to face forward, and we're going to stamp your right foot out in front of you. So try to get cozy in that left ankle. We won't be there for too long. Set that right hand or forearm inside the knee. Let's take an opposite twist. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, open back, and on this side you can half wrap for a half bind. And take your gaze to the left. Once again, unwind to face forward. This time drop the hands behind you, and I like the fingers to face in towards the body. Extend through the elbows and just make some space for your heart. Get a little lighter on that left heel. And you could get so light that you actually lift off and press the hips towards the ceiling. And then you can lower down. We're walking all the way forward, hands to the top of the mat. Step your right foot all the way back, and then left foot is going to meet it. So settle in your high plank pose. And then we're going to float just the right toes off of the mat. And take this to your three-legged dog, right leg straight in the air. Then we're going to return to that three-legged plank. Keep this plank and curl knee to nose. So with the breath, inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale to that three-legged dog. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, curl. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale. Exhale, curl. Inhale. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale. And crunch under. Inhale, kick back. Come to your three-legged dog just so you can get some momentum to now step that right foot all the way through. Left foot is going to come meet it, step wide into your ragdoll. Deep bend at the knees, and hands can take a hold of elbows. Find some movement, some space for the backs of the legs, the side body. You can shift side to side. Let the head be really heavy, gazing underneath you. And then let the fingertips drop down, keep a bend at the knees, and let's roll up to standing. So taking a full breath or two, letting the spine unfurl. Once you're at the top, inhale, sweep your arms up. And exhale, bring everything to center, Namaste. Let's take those arms up overhead and find that same interlace, pressing the palms to the ceiling. And now exhale to lean over towards the right. So notice if one of the ears is touching the arms, and see if you can just have the head be right between the arms. And then come back to center. Hands are going to find hips, and let's step the top of your left foot behind you so the toenail's on the mat. Send that left hip forward so you're nice and square, and then basket hands behind the head. Get a little taller here, so open up the heart, press the elbows back, and then find an early balance. Float off that back leg. Keep it nice and straight, trying to even lift that heel, strengthening the hamstring. And with your next exhale, we're going to crunch it all at center. So elbows come in, lift the knee, and then inhale again, open up. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Last one. Inhale, pause. Reach the arms up, hands to heart center, and a quick transition to your figure four. So sink the hips, take that left ankle to your right thigh. And then back up, kick that leg out, and meet in your Namaste. Let's take a sun A, rise up, inhale, and forward fold, exhale. Plank pose, inhale. Let's take the knees to the mat and float the toes up. Belly button to spine, glide forward and bend elbows. Pause, squeeze the elbows in, reach the crown of the head straight off the top of the mat. Then extend the arms, press your heart forward, up dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward face. Find some movement here just like you did in your ragdoll. Swaying side to side, bending one knee at a time. Looking under each arm. And then once again, lift heels, bend knees, look forward. Step, step to the top of your mat. And exhale, fold. Rise up, inhale, circle the arms. And exhale, connect. Chair pose, inhale. Soften the shoulder blades down the back. Extend through each of your fingers. And then exhale, take it lower and all the way down. Opposite foot steps you back, high plank. You can drop the knees again. If they stay lifted, glide out, bend elbows. But then it's tops the feet to the mat, up dog. And exhale, hips high. Little less movement in this second down dog. Starting to find this very foundational pose of class to come back to your breath. Focus the eyes. Let's float right leg in the air again. This time stack the hip and you can bend the knee. I like to draw circles with the knee, accessing the hip, the inner thigh. Keep that right shoulder squared down though. And then re-extend the leg, look forward and take a step through. We'll rise up on your inhale, high lunge. Let's take a twist to the right. So this left arm can come across to the leg and that right arm opens back behind you. Just find a nice deep lunge in that front knee. So you can stay pretty tall here, or you allow that left arm to slide down the leg. Maybe you're on the forearm or even towards the elbow. And then that right arm comes across again. So similar shape to that hero pose at the beginning. Really reach along with that right arm. And the strong inhale to come right back up to your high lunge. And then find that warrior two. Reversing it, flipping the front palm, sweep up and back. Come back to that warrior two and extend your front leg. Heel toe, that back foot in, thumbs dial up and it's your triangle pose. Glide out this time. Drop that right hand inside the leg as the left arm reaches. A lot of core work here, so that right hand is not holding you up. Imagine you're reaching tall towards the ceiling. Return up, bend that front knee, and let's windmill down, hands to the mat. Find your high plank pose and pause. The feet can go a little wider as you let the heels spin to the right, and you're working your side plank, left arm lighter and reaching up overhead. You could also reach that left arm nice and long past the ear. Hips are high for one last breath. And then come back to your plank. Go straight to dog and shorten it up. Take a step in. Now that right hand is threading under to find somewhere along your left leg. Now take a peek under left arm. Then return, find your standard dog. So take that walk backwards. And lower your knees to the mat, tabletop. From here, right leg back in the air. Just making sure those toes are pointed down and you're hugging your navel up. Inhale, straight leg kick back. Exhale, let's take it over to the left. And I want you to try to find your foot so you can really get that curve on the right side. Inhale back. And now let's take it over to the right. Inhale, exhale, cross, inhale, exhale, sweep. Another round, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, take it back. Let's cross to the left, but then drop the toes down, still keeping that heel floating. Take a walk over towards the left side of your mat, and you can stay nice and tall here, or you drop down onto that left elbow. Left elbow can be on block or on a pillow, and then you're reaching that right arm away. And allow the drishti to go underneath the arm. And then walk yourself back up, 2 hands under the shoulders. Let's pick up the leg, sweep it all the way over to the right, and then drop it down. Climbing up to your hips. Just check in that the right foot is in line with that bent knee. Take the arms up, inhale. And then exhale, drop the right hand, reach tall, and take that counter stretch now, leaning to the right. Sometimes that right hip likes to duck back, so just make sure both hip points are pressing to the top of the mat. Let's come all the way back to center and a big windmill off the side of the mat. So the left hand comes down, and feel free to have the fingertips face the back of the mat for a different opening of the wrist. You can stay here or go further by floating the leg for a grounded half moon. One step further, bending the knee, you might go for a bind, pressing those hips towards the top of the mat. Release what you have, the foot comes back down. Right arm picks you back up, and hands land in front of you. Step the right foot back, land it. Hug the left knee into your body, and let's kick back, 3-legged dog. This time, exhale towards left elbow, and inhale, 3-legged. Now over to the right, and inhale. This time, we're stepping through left foot to the top of the mat, and it's your grounded lunge. Drop that right knee down. Allow the hips to get nice and low while keeping the knee over the ankle, and then walk up a little taller to that front thigh, and further the arms up, and a basket once again. Support the head and neck, lift up, and exhale, take a dive back. Now, as you come back to center, let's drop the left elbow to that thigh again, right arm up, and then reach it behind you for a twist, so more of an open twist. Lots of places to pause along the way here. You can float that back foot and take a hold of the outside of the ankle, and at any point you can lower that left hand down to help with support or balance. We're gonna work towards a double bind here. So you want to bring that right shoulder to face forward. You can float the left arm up for a little more balance, or the left arm also reaches around to find the inner part of the ankle. So you've got a really big heart opener, shoulder opener, and a nice stretch for that back leg. Now let's release that left elbow to the thigh, back leg down, hands to the mat, and extend now through your left knee. You can float the toes up, wiggle that heel forward, hands are underneath your shoulders, and think about your tailbone lifting and your heart pressing forward. Good. Pull that heel back towards you. Bend into the knee, and you're just gonna heel toe to bring this right knee about 1 step closer, so it's not as deep of a lunge. Kick that shin over to the left, and the left toes open up as well as you walk up to prepare for your horse pose. Inhale the arms up. Then let's bend into the elbows. Take forearms in, and it's right elbow under if you're going for the full eagle bind. Send those hips forward, press the arms away from you, and take that lift up and back. You might try peeling the left heel away from the mat and dropping further into the hips. And then bring everything back to center. Unwind the arms. Hands come down. You can tuck the back toes under and lift that knee up and then step your front foot back, find your full plank pose, and then take it into your low plank. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Again, settle into your breath. Find that one gaze point. Let's lower the knees to the mat. And this time a tall kneel, you can bring hands up to your hips. There's a little space between each of the knees, toes are untucked. Let's take those arms up overhead. And opposite thumb on top for your interlace, palms press up to the ceiling. Inhale, you can go a little further up and back. Exhale, hover the hips off your heels. Inhale again, float up and back. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale nice and tall. Rest the hands at the hips. So bring the knees closer in and then sit back on your heels. Let's take the right arm all the way across and the left arm reaches back. Think of that pinky finger trying to reach up towards the ceiling so you really externally rotate at the shoulder. And then that arm floats up and across. And then release and spin to face forward. We release the left foot out in front of you. Now the left arm inside the knee, right arm up, and let's take your twist open. This time you half wrap at the low back. As you unwind, the hands drop behind you. Again, those fingertips could be facing in. Extended elbows, space for your heart. Just a little lighter on that right ankle. Possibly so light that you're floating away from the mat. And then lower it down. We're coming all the way forward. Step left foot back. Right foot will follow. Take a moment to settle into your high plank. And then we're floating left foot. So pick the hips up, straight leg. And then glide back out. And exhale, curl knee to nose. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lift. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Keep going, hips high. Inhale. And curl. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And curl. Inhale. Take your three-legged dog, get some space, and now step all the way through. Right foot is going to follow. And keep those feet about hips width distance, but soften through the knees. Walk the hands out in front of you, and then over towards the right. Bend now into that right knee. You can get straighter through the left. Climb the left hand away, and drop the chin. Furthermore, you can play with picking up the inner arch of that left foot. And land the feet, bend the knees, take a big walk all the way across to the left. Same shape. Right leg straightens, right hand walks away, drop the chin. You can float that inner arch of the right foot. And then soften everything to center. Pull your heart through the arms, and a flat back takes you up to standing, Urdhva Hastasana. And then exhale, connect everything at center. Let's take the arms up overhead, so it's that opposite thumb on top again, palms float to the ceiling. Drop the shoulders, and take a side lean left. Back to center, hands to hips. The right toenails drop just behind you. Make sure the hips are pressing forward, and then you take the hands behind the head for a basket. Press the elbows back, get nice and tall, and then float the toes. Now see if that right hip can still face forward while you lift the heel a little higher. And then exhale, let's take it into center. Inhale. Exhale, nice and steady. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now inhale, open up, rest the hands at the hips, and a quick figure four. Bend the knee. Now open that hip up, hands can find heart. Straighten up, extend, and Namaste. Taking your vinyasa, breath in, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Step, step, plank pose. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Urdhva Mukha, press the heart forward, and Adho Mukha, hips high. Left leg rises. You can stack the hip, bend the knee. A couple of those hip circles or ankle circles again. And then extend, look forward, and sweep through. High lunge on the left side, inhale. So we're taking your high twist to the left. The right arm comes across, left arm reaches back. And now going further, we're allowing that right arm to slide a little lower onto the leg, and then the left arm reaches across. So a really nice line of energy from the fingertips towards the heel. Unwind to your high lunge, inhale, and then find your warrior two, exhale. We'll reverse it, flip the front palm, and take it up and back. So leaning the torso back, but still low in the hips. Back to warrior two. Extend the front leg, shorten the stance, back foot in a bit, and you've got your triangle. Glide out, right arm lifted, left arm light in that leg. Come on up, rebend your front knee, and let's take a windmill down. Step back, plank, and pause. The feet can go a little wider so that the heels drop left. You can come to your Vashisthasana, right hand lighter, reaching up, and then across. So those hips are floating up. Left hand strong and pressing down. And then come back to your plank, straight to dog, step it in, shorten it up, and we can get off your left hand by threading it towards that right leg. Gaze under your right arm. Release, and then walk the hands all the way back to the feet. Check in that feet are parallel, and take your peace fingers, loop your big toes. Find softness through the knees and nice straight arms, and pull your heart forward. And then exhale, drop the chin towards the chest. Now if you've got straight legs, then you can start to bend the elbows towards the sides. Hands to the top of the mat, walk it out. Let's find your high plank, and then all the way down low plank. Upward face, and downward dog, exhale. Drop the knees to the mat, find your tabletop. And this side, we send your left leg in the air. Kick out through the heel, zip up your core, and we'll start by crossing over to the right. Take a look at your foot. Inhale, center, and exhale, sweep across. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and sweep. Again, and across. Inhale, and sweep. Inhale. Exhale, cross and drop the toes down and the ball of the foot down. Keep pressing out through the heel. Hands walk to the right. And if you went a little lower, it's right elbow down, left arm reaching. You can look under your body. Make your way back to two hands under your shoulders. A pick up of that leg, sweep it all the way across, and then land it down. Walk the hands up to your hips. Settling the foot in line with your bent knee, pressing those hips forward, inhale the arms up. Exhale, drop the left arm down and reach across. And both hip points pressing forward. Pressing that right shoulder blade to an imaginary wall behind you. Now, as you come back up to center, we'll take a big windmill out. Drop that right hand down. You can have the fingers face behind you. Going further, float the left leg. And one step further towards a bind. Taking a hold lightly under the ankle. Press the hips out. Now release, drop the foot back down, come back up to arms wide, and then hands to the top of the mat. Swing the left foot back, hug the right leg in, and find your three-legged dog. Exhale to the right elbow. Inhale, three-legged. Exhale to the left. Inhale. Now we're just gonna step through, right foot inside your right thumb, grounded lunge. Take a moment to settle in, letting the hips drop. You can climb up to that thigh. And then we'll work on basketing behind the head. Lift a little taller out of the hips, and then reach back. Still allowing the hips to drop forward. Now back to center so you can drop the right elbow to the thigh, left arm straight up, and it's that open twist. So you can definitely stay here, or you're working that bind where the hand is the outside ankle, and this right hand can always be supported a little lower. And we're trying to square it off. That's where you're gonna get more of that stretch for your quad. You can get lighter in the right arm up, or a double bind around back. And this is one where you can almost pull that heel towards you to get that quad stretch. And then come out the way you came in. So right elbow down, both hands to the mat, leg goes long. And then extend the leg. Hands under shoulders. You can now float the toes and just walk that heel forward so that the hips stay over the knee. Chest through the arms, tailbone lifted. Now pull the heel towards you, land the foot, and then it's not really heel toe, kind of like toe knee, that left knee a little closer to you so you're in your shoulder lunge. Kick the shin wider, walk up to hips, and you might need to walk this foot closer to you. Open up the right toes. Arms up, then find a bend at the elbows. Bring them to touch or left underneath. Arms are away from you. Press the hips forward, and then inhale up, exhale back. Try not to let those arms fall towards the forehead. And you can get lighter on your right heel. Come back to center, unravel the arms, and plant the hands down, those toes face forward. Tuck the left toes, lift the knee, step back plank, find your long plank, and then take it forward and lower chaturanga. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Let's come to sit and all the way onto your back. Let's take a hug in of the knees. The knees can take a quick drop to the left. Open the right arm, gaze can follow. And then swap to the other side. And then come to center for your happy baby. Taking a hold behind the thighs or to the feet. And take a rock side to side. Then we'll settle in for a few moments of rest. Let the body go nice and long. Take a big breath in and out. Enjoy these moments to yourself. Start to reawaken. Stretch the arms and legs. Give the legs a squeeze in. And find a light landing on your right side. And coming up to sit. Thanks for hanging out in class today. I hope you feel nice and stretched. Have a wonderful rest of your day. See you next time.